welcome back to Roll for Why is Tig falling off the screen again? Let me just move her up a little bit. Oh, you can see a white
How badly
box.
am I falling off the screen?
No, it's fine. It's just that you went from like centered to like kind of low. It's all good. Anyways, welcome back to Roll for Damage, where we don't have things ready before the stream, and I'm always late, and it's really good. Professional is me. Today we have for you the scales above our Rise of Tiamat adventure. Currently, the party is off on a quick little side jaunt for a council, and hopefully they will be making the council happy so everyone can get along and work together to fight Tiamat instead of being separate parties everywhere who will die. But we'll see how that goes. To start us off, we're going to do a really quick round of hi, who are you, who do you play, and a recap. So, I've already said Sean's done the recap before the session, so I'll actually make him be the last person to say his hellos, because that'll make things smooth. So, to start us off, and also Shannon's not here, and she would have forgotten to say hi anyway, and that she's the community manager, so...
Oh my god. She's in fucking Disney World right now, and you gotta do her like this.
She's not at Disney.
Yeah, Shelby, go, you're first.
Dinner. Happy birthday, Shannon.
Happy birthday, Shannon.
Happy day.
Hello, my name is Shelby, or Shibby-Dibby-Doo, or Whistle While You Work, or Chididdles in chat. I got a lot of names. I'm on a lot of different websites. That's just how it is. You're gonna have to get used to it. And I play Nia, who might get her arm chopped off today.
Yeah, good. Okay. Sarah.
Hi everybody, I'm Shro, or I'll be playing your lovely barbarian Tig today, who is just going to be doing her darndest to be helpful in whatever way she thinks that is the case. That generally does not have either a good context or a bad context, so let's see how that goes.
For a second there, my browser flashed up and everyone could see that I was watching Overly Sarcastic Productions, where I get all the tropes and story beats for you guys. Yep. Thanks, Red. Anyways, hopefully they didn't see my millions of tabs. Anyways, moving right along. Last but not least, we have Sean.
Hi, everybody. My name is Sean. I am the creative director of Paradise Productions, where Shannon is, as Nova said, the community manager. Happy birthday, Shannon. Hope you're having a great night, and we'll see you next week. I also play Auric Solaris here, our timey-wimey wizard boy, master of the universe, and also the very amateur god, Ling. And yeah, that's who I am and where I'm from and who I play.
There's definitely a website about amateur gods. Anyways, can you please do us a recap?
Do us a recap, you got it. So last week on Roll for Damage's The Scales Above, there were no scales. Well, some. But we finalized our plans to teleport to Duskfall, and it didn't go great. I mean, we got the stuff there, and we only hurt one person, scared a bunch of people, but yeah, we got there and were immediately arrested. Who would have thunk? But we complied this time. We complied. and Nia became the face of the party and talked us out of it, or at least minimized the damage. But in the process, also got herself responsible for all of us through a magical bond that would hurt her if freeze her hands, petrify her, all sorts of weird stuff that could happen if she breaks a law or any of us breaks a law. So we were then escorted to a lovely, lovely little estate, a little tiny tavern for the accused, where we were definitely being watched, and just to await until our appointment with the council to defend ourselves. During this time, we got to front row seats at the horrors of Duskfall and the way that they are treating those who are caught using magic illegally, creating basically interning an entire section of town with folks and branding them and all sorts of stuff to indicate them as illegal users of magic and restrict or remove their ability to do so. This causes a visceral reaction from Aaron, which Nia needs to calm him from and bring him away from those visuals, while at the same time Nia confesses to all of us that she was supposed to be Sam's replacement in the Bastard 5, and we talk briefly about the Bastard 5 in general, and we start to come up with some plans for what we're going to say to the Dwarven Council, or the Duskfall Council. During this time, Auric requests every single piece of literature on the laws of this city, where he discovers they don't sell alcohol on Sundays. No, but he discovers the structure of the council and the way the dwarves have basically purchased Duskfall, in short, through different deals and different inheritances to vie control of the council. Although there are still some of the old families remaining that have a say in Duskfall's running, one of which is a Dakarys Stormwarden, the man that we are here to seek out, who has been exiled from the city by the dwarves of the council, and is not in good relations with anyone, it seems, other than the fugitive he housed, which is why he's a criminal right now. Fugitive being responsible for significant destruction and death. But eventually we do make our way to the council chambers to plead our case. Nia does the best she can given our track record, and they are not really budging. They find us to be reprehensible and wanton and destructive. We tried to say this was for a job, yeah, blah, 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 but we're also apparently enemies of the state, not just because of our previous crimes, but for our friends abroad, which just is all a bunch of stuff that's not good for getting our way. So we do make a tenuous agreement, seemingly kind of the only agreement we could make other than just being thrown in prison, to go to Dakarys Stormwarden to retrieve the axe, I believe it was the axe, right, of the High King, which is a ancestral relic of the dwarves that that they want. If we can't get that, or if he doesn't have it and is unwilling to tell us where it is, we are to get his sword from him or kill him. Those are our three options: to return with his sword, indicating his death, or with the axe, or I guess both is also an option. And we're like, we don't really want to do this, but we'll, I guess so, because we kind of don't have an option other than being thrown in prison, probably getting our magic taken away from us, and just sort of ending the campaign there. And
did you see the comment in chat?
No, I didn't.
All they had to do was axe. Which I love.
That's the recap.
Really
That's the recap. No, and then Sloane is able to read the lips of the Dwarven counselor and his aide, and basically they think this is a win-win for them, because either Dakarys does the executing for them to us, or we come back with what they need from him, or a dead Dakarys. Tig knows the has an understanding of these dwarves greater than us. She's experienced. She knows some of them even when they were little children running around, or they know her. They know what who she is from the tournament that she had fought in previously. And Tig has somewhat of an understanding, more so than us, of the reason they're so huffy and puffy about magic. Although Auric does know, he just doesn't think it's valid. Well, no, I won't get into it. And then so we go, or they bring us, because they're not just gonna let us walk out the door. We go on a train up the mountain, around the corner, up the bend, through this, there, until we see a big old basin where there's a bunch of dead soldiers, or at least their armor and swords, and a little house with a man sitting out front, as if he was waiting for us. And we go. And as we approach, we put our hands up. We do the universal signs of we're non-threatening. We just want to talk. And that actually works. And we enter into a very long, tense conversation where he gets angrier and angrier, and thus Sloane gets angrier and angrier. Have to put her in a hamster ball because she's about to attack him with the sword. And we talk about all of the problems. We say, can you give us the axe? He says, haha, never. And we say, oh, we don't want to kill you. And he's like, I want to kill you. And then we're like, well, this is our problem. We're being forced. And he says, okay, well, why don't we just cut her arm off? And we're like, and then he knocks her out. It begins to cut her arm off. And I go, wait. And I try to contemplate casting a wish. Get panicked, can't think of the exact wording because it's a terrifying thing to ever have to cast in any campaign. And he grabs me by the neck and pulls me up and goes, what are you doing on my property casting crazy magic, you weirdo? And I go, I'm so tired and overwhelmed by everything in the world. Can't you just help us, man? Can't you just help us? We've been through so much. And he goes, okay, everyone's having a bad day, so let's go inside, have lunch, and then we'll decide if we're going to kill each other after.
That scene was the equivalent of you pulling a gun and pointing at him, and you both just looked at each other, and you looked down and realized it wasn't loaded, and he was like, bad move.
Yeah. So now he's going to spar with Sloane a little bit, then maybe and then do some stuff, and we're going to discuss things and figure things out over lunch.
Yes. All right, that was
It's a bit wholesome like that.
Good.
Got the back of my head cracked for nothing.
Yeah, it was an interesting thing when you were like, I wish. And he stood there for like a second. He was like, do I charge you or do I wait? I don't know what's going to happen here. Because you could be like, I wish Dak was dead. And he'd be...
I know.
So he was just like, and then he realized you were confused and were like, nope. None of that here, thank you. So, because poor old Shannon has a birthday, unfortunate, she's not here, and then I'm going to have to do a flashback next week or at some point about the sparring match. So I'm going to give Sean/Auric time to think up what he may want to ask Dak. I've given him some literature to read, and pretty much told him that he can use the information that I've sent him to do any Google search, wiki search he wants to try to find information, because he's in a library, and that will probably give him more information than he needs and lead to as much confusion as revelation. In the meantime, Sloane's gonna walk in or walk past the windows and slump somewhere, and Dak opens the door and just points at Nia, and then with emotion, and then just walks out, and you can hear just the sound of a blade tapping on the floor as he walks.
Gonna hurt. She just sighs and walks out, I guess.
You can hear happy clapping from inside. And I would imagine if you turned around, there'd be Tig face the glass with little like nostrils steaming up.
Yeah, pretty much just
the glass.
Like the child in the window, just.
You want me to not use a magic weapon?
Use whatever you want. I'm trying to figure you all out. You are half elven, dragon-blooded, at least a little bit. Or you were. Why are you here?
this whole thing started because I was just trying to find someone that went missing.
He is advancing on you with a longsword as
oh shit!
he talks.
All right. I was just gonna be like sparring with Tamel.
Somewhat, yeah.
Okay, let's go. All right.
Have
she still says that just as yeah, she still says that in the exact same way, but she like brings out her radiant sword and gets ready to cast a shield spell.
Okay. You were looking for someone. Is that why you're so far from home, little princess?
Don't know where you got the idea I'm a princess, but I was far from home for a reason.
That sword is an heirloom of a half-dragon tribe.
Oh, is he talking about the rapier that I don't use, the long sword that was my ceremonial blade, or the?
Yeah. It would be in a sheath that he'd probably recognize.
Yeah, no. It's absolutely recognizable, but I was just making sure that's what he was talking about. I left that behind about 5 years ago. Well, 6 now, I think. 7, technically? I don't know. I lost a year in hell.
Surprised, really, that they'd let the keeper go. As he swings down at you, does 32 hit?
Ow! Yeah, 32 fucking hits.
Alright. Do I have enough d8s for this?
Oh my god, you're gonna kill Nia immediately.
She was strong.
Yeah, see why I didn't want to fight him?
He's like, I told you so! You got this!
Alright, hold on so I can...
The funniest thing is that it's actually like the opposite of what Tig told us to do. She said we need to fight him together. Now we're all individually sparring with him.
You get hit for 34 points of damage. I'll say it's bludgeoning because he's not trying to chop you up.
Ow. Okay, that's still a lot of damage for one fucking hit.
Yeah, his attack comes in very quickly. Like, he had the sword just kind of like held fairly loosely, blade across him, and then he sort of feints it out at you, making you raise your blade, and then reverses it, and then just smashes you in the ribs with the flat very quickly. He's very fast.
Mm-hmm. How many attacks does he get?
He only does the one, and then he sort of like steps back and waits, sees what you do.
Okay. Well.
You left all that behind. Again, they just let the keeper walk.
They didn't let me do anything. And she's going to... Has he explicitly said no spell casting?
Nope.
Or is he like, show me what you can do?
No, he's just seeing what you do.
All right. Well, we're going to quicken cast haste.
Mm-hmm.
Which gives me an AC bonus, so that means I have a +2 to my AC.
Mm-hmm. Let me see if I can
and then she's going to make her 3 attacks, just 3 cuts. Well, I guess bludgeons very quickly. So that is 29 to hit.
Hits.
I very much doubt an 18 will hit this man.
Does not.
I know you. And 23.
Does currently.
Oh, currently. Good.
Yeah. I just don't want you to be like, oh, I rolled 23 later if something changes and expect it to hit. So just...
15 and 12, so 27 points of radiant damage.
27 points of radiant?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He sort of takes the hit, and just sort of... Because it is that 2 separate hits, right? Which is the bigger one, the first or the second?
The second, actually.
All right, so he kind of just takes the first one and then steps with the second one, sort of sliding a little bit, and then just.
I didn't let them do anything.
Why do
I
I
ran
taste
away, and that was that.
divinity? And he just like nods down to your blade.
It has a symbol of Saran art carved on it, doesn't it?
You know that doesn't work on me, right?
Oh, let's try this then. And I guess would you consider that a free action to drop?
Yeah, so you can drop and draw as a bonus if you're just dropping the blade.
Well, I can't draw because I bonus to
Okay.
to quicken spell haste. I've already used my bonus action technically, but she will drop it because she'll just bonus with her next one draw a sword. So
yeah, sure. And as he advances towards you, he turns his sword arm out and pulls up the long sleeves he's got, and you can see he's got a tattoo of Saranoric on his arm.
I think that might kind of throw her off a little, because I think this might be the first follower of Saranoric she's met in our journey so far. Haven't been a lot of people that follow Goddess of Redemption.
Okay. He, as you look at the arm, he like flicks the point up, and sort of like it's just not really a very well struck swing. But as you duck aside from that, you get a open hand smack to the side of the head.
Oh, what did he roll to? What did he roll to hit?
18 plus a lot.
Just tell me the total, because there is a chance I could shield it. Is all.
Okay, let me just quickly
I got an AC.
Open up his character sheet so I can double check exactly, because I'm going off memory right now.
If it's over 30, then that's fine. I
it's over 30.
Shield this.
Yeah, it's over 30.
Okay, then that's fine. That's fine. Then never mind. I will not.
So you get hit for. Please hold while I do math. 29 points of damage.
Ow. And he said he just like open palm slapped her.
Yep.
I think anything she was about to say completely like stops, and there's like a point where she like kind of freezes and like has like 1,000-yard stare for just a second. Yeah. And it's less like a stun, and it's like she's remembering things.
I feel like your bell got rung a little bit there. I mean, a small tap mid-sentence makes someone stop. A smack big enough to kill 4 orcs probably has you being like, oh, fuck me, what am I doing?
No, that's not what's going on right now. He sent her back to a different point in time, especially with this talk about why she
smacked you
left.
back in time. Got it. Okay.
Time? Did I hear time?
Yeah, Auric feels it in the other room. He's like, what is happening out there?
Just casually gonna trigger this girl's trauma, you know.
I'm just gonna grab him in the room and just like bring him up to the window and like, look.
I'm reading.
You stumble to the side.
And she doesn't attack back. That has thoroughly stunned her into like a not great state. Just for that round, she doesn't attack back.
I know all my children. I especially pay attention to the fallen ones. Why do you jump from place to place? Why do you always give up?
She doesn't she's looking at him like she has no idea what the fuck he's talking about.
Okay, he's going to push kick at you. Well, it hits you. Can you make a...
Is it below 30?
No, make a strength save, please, or you're going to be sent on your ass.
I can promise you she's going to be, because that was a 2.
Yeah, okay. So, you move back 10 feet, and you're prone currently. He doesn't advance. You had the strength and conviction to leave your home undefended. You haven't got the strength and conviction to defend yourself. Get up.
She does, but she doesn't say anything back. She will draw her other sword, though.
Okay. Do you attack? You half move up. He's still within an attack range if you want to do anything.
Yeah, and I'm still hasted, so I have double movement, so... Yep. Just gonna attack again. I guess with the Scimitar of Sharpness. 21. 21. And 23.
Yep, 23 hits.
Cool. 7. 7 points of
you feel like you're hitting an iron bar when you hit him with the Scimitar of Sharpness. He is very strong in his armor, which doesn't seem to be super thick. It's durable, and it's not like he is a fucking iron bar. It's more like you bounced off this flexible yet very, very strong armor. Might be magical, you're not sure.
If I'd stayed, I would have died.
You sure?
Yeah.
Or would you have saved your people?
It has nothing to do with what was attacking us. Nothing to do with any blade that was coming, any raid that was coming. I was going to die. I was already dying there. I was already dying.
So, your actions since then have been better?
No. What the fuck else am I supposed to do?
Guess that's up to you, isn't it? You stumble from, and as he says the next few words, each one comes with a very quick swing. Path to path. Not knowing what you're doing, where you're going, or who to commit to. And 1 hit, 2 hits. One moment while I just do the math here. Is 28 hit?
Shield.
Shields? Okay, so the third one bounced off a shield. And so does the fourth one.
Said fourth, Jesus Christ.
Yep. So these very quick attacks come in. 2 bounce off. The 2 that hit do... Oh, that's not as good. 25 and 27 points of damage.
Okay, hold on. I also need to roll a con save. 2 con saves, actually. Okay, that one made it. That one did not. So haste is down. I am now stunned.
Okay. I'll say that you fall prone.
Yeah, because I am now at less than 20 hit points.
And you'll put a foot on the wrist of the hand that's holding your sword. And he leans over you and just... It's disappointing now. You're better than this. Why wouldn't you let yourself be better than this? And I'm going to fix your camera because you're now hunched down and disappearing.
Sorry, my window is I'm very visible when I'm moving, so.
Yeah, you might just want to have the stream up on your phone or something quickly, just have a look.
Well, I didn't know you zoomed me in that far, so.
Anyways. Otherwise you'll be a tiny head speck in the distance. As he Oh, I'll ask you the same question I asked Sloane. Where do you draw your strength from? Because it seems like it is fickle and feeble.
I once thought it was the sun. I once thought it was my rage, how mad I was. Right now, I don't know. The only things I know are that I'm tired and I don't know where to go. But there's one thing I've got to do, and I've got to get out of here first. I have to make it back to these fucking dwarves, and I have to get back to that fucking island. I can start doing one thing right. There's one way I can start making it right.
You need to decide how you're going to help, or if you're going to help. Because so far, you've run every time things got difficult. And I don't mean that you haven't put your sword between you and an enemy. I mean you haven't got the heart for this, child. Have the mind. Have the skills. But maybe frontline combatant is not going to be great for someone that can't keep a hold of themselves.
I wanted it. Damn it, it's nothing I ever wanted. But it's what I had to do.
You had to?
I was the keeper. Nobody asked. Didn't get a say in that. But that was decided. It was decided.
Did you try to shoulder the responsibility?
I didn't know how. I was a kid. I was barely 12 years old. I didn't know how to do anything. And the only person that could teach me died. Right there. I don't know how they expected me to be able to do it when I had no way to.
But you still have family. There is someone that can teach you. The keeper, the one before you, and two brothers. Both were trained, both learned everything that they needed, just in case. You could have learned. And I'm not saying it would have been easy. Your life has been fair. And he helps you up off the floor with this. And he'll just say, I've been around a long time. And I might be grouchier than most. But I think you need to make crossroads with those you've hurt you, or you're not going to survive. Couldn't stay home because you were dying. You still are. I am through her. And he looks up towards the sun without looking at the sun like an idiot. Connected to every metallic half-dragon. Before she was Serenoric, she was just a sun god. And there were no half-dragons, but me. But I gave up Aurelius, so that she could live. And darkness came. And as a thank you, I was cursed with long life. So I keep tabs on my family and my extended family. I've watched generations die. And it doesn't really matter how you felt about them when they're gone. You're still gonna miss them. It's still going to hurt. Doesn't matter what they did, it matters what you do.
Horace has separated from me. While I still carry him, he's with someone else. I think at the very least I can give them back their keeper. Give my village a chance.
Do you know where they are?
I know where my father is. The
Maybe
rest of
that's
the
a good
village, I
start.
don't know how much exists.
Try talking to him. You, your father, your brother. Just try. The worst that can happen is you're in the same situation you are now.
She just nods.
He sort of pats you on the back, and like sort of just like dusts you off a little bit. There's some wine or some scotch, older than you are. Cupboard back left. You'll find it.
He gives another nod, and provided she's being allowed, we'll go back in the house. Probably muttering a few cure wounds to herself to help uncrack some of her ribs.
As you are walking away, he'll be like, that ring was a mistake. Don't let it harm others. And send out the tree.
Which ring is he preferring to? The wedding ring or
You
the
can
blow-up
decide.
ring?
You can decide.
She just looks back and goes back inside,
Okay.
and like jerks her head towards Tig to go out. Yes, he wants to talk to you.
Okay. Tig's like looking at Auric, just like, oh my god, be awesome.
Yes. Go do that. I'm reading very thoroughly.
Good words. I'm gonna go. Be smart. I'm gonna go. And she goes out the door, just closes it behind her.
Tries to look all big.
Yep, trying her best, walking over all strong, like, hi.
Hello, you have
Yes, I just
grown
wanted to
up.
say
And he
hi.
actually just opens his arm for a hug.
Going for a big hug, and I'm shorter than this guy by a little bit, I think. So yeah, I'm gonna
Not
go
by...
for like the
No,
little
you're about the
person.
same height since you've got bigger as a tree.
All right, no problem.
And then
I'm still gonna go for the little person hug.
He'll just be like, I am sorry for the way I acted. I have someone always telling me when I'm stepping out of line. And he then glances up towards the sun again. It's not your fault. You didn't kill Cyrene. But if we don't stop what's coming, she will be dead. Which might be a blessing. If it wasn't for my great-granddaughter, I probably wouldn't mind everything turning off.
I know that Cyrene being in pain is bad, and there's nothing Tig can say that will make that better. But everything that has happened because of her is just part of life and has helped to make all of you the way that you are.
How come
You
you're
can't.
the only one who gets these things, Tig? You have someone in there who's apparently very intelligent, ascending to godhood. You have a half-dragon who was given divine monstrous power. And you have... And he points where like Sloane is slumped half asleep in the corner. And you have her, which... like a friend of mine I once knew, Hera, accepts anything into her soul to feel strong, or to feel like she could move forward. But you get that it's about connections, don't you?
Well,
Making sure everything
yeah.
continues.
Well, yeah, that's Tig's purpose. Everyone has to have a purpose, and it's like having tiny tribe or having family pet. They only here for part of our life, but we here for their entire life. So, you know, to them, we are immortal. We live forever. Everyone lives for different times, but just to someone else, Tig can't die. Tig live forever. So, like, time work different for Tig, and Tig grow differently to everybody. So, why not just live slower so everybody else can catch up?
Problem is, Tig, if we slow down too much now, the horsemen will win.
The horsemen are coming no matter what. That's just going to happen. Is there a problem? Yes. Can we do something about it? Yes. So do that thing. If there's a problem and we can't do something about it, then don't worry, because it's going to happen anyway. So if you can do something, you do the thing.
He sits down at the table that he has out there and just looks towards the doors. There's a problem and fix it with the thing. Okay?
Mm-hmm. Sometimes what is right is going to hurt people, but sometimes will also save more people. Like when Tig learning to go hunt, when Tig little, Tig go see baby deer, and Tig think, oh, go shoot baby deer, but then Mama said, no, don't shoot baby deer, because look, there's Mama. And then Mama comes along and is looking after baby deer. So Mama says, wait until baby deer has grown up, then you go hunt and you can kill the mama deer, because the baby deer has all grown up and then they have more babies. So sometimes you need to think about what is smarter. So it might be something to wait for, but it does mean that you get something that benefit you and someone else later. You just be part of natural order. Tig making sense?
Annoyingly so.
Okay, good, because Tig trying very hard with words. So what's the problem?
Guess you would just roll a 20 then. You can take the axe, Tig.
Oh, thank you. Tig will look after this.
Give it back to the dwarves. But let them know. Maybe I should tell Auric. Tell you what. I have a present for you. I think it's buried in the field. See, and he points towards like a stump or like a pole used for one of the fences. Like see the one with the bits of metal in the wood. I need you to dig down and take that, just that one stump out, okay?
Okay. Now, we done talking? Tig don't want to be rude?
We're done talking. I'll take the axe to Auric.
Yes! I just shove it towards him, just like, and go. And I'm just going to start digging into the ground like a dog looking for a bone. She's going ham on this, just hunks of dirt going towards the house.
Walks in and sits down next to Auric. Tig has convinced me to let you take this. And slides the Dwarven King's axe across to you. And then, knowing that you're not paying attention, he just closes the book.
And he would notice that Auric has there's many books in front of Auric. There is the Book of the Damned, but there's also just any book he's collected, as well as any book he could find here, and he did get on a wiki spiral, Auric, as well as a
You mean Sean did?
as well as a Explorer's Guide to Tariel.
Yep.
So there are a shit ton of books around Auric, and his own manifesto there that he's been writing. where he has been writing notes in it thoroughly. He closes the book in front of him that he was actively reading, and he looks up to Dakarys. You have quite a library of knowledge here.
After a certain point, there's not much else to do.
I'm familiar with that.
Thought you might be.
I found your name a few times.
Yeah. It's in there. I didn't see that Chad was here. Hi Chad, love you. Alright, continuing on.
There's a lot to make sense here, but I mean, I suppose the matter at hand, you've been convinced.
Yeah, she's quite persuasive.
It is an unusual talent, but it is thorough.
Certain folksy wisdom, I think.
It's the kindness, I think.
She has what you need. The ability to make connections lasting. If you are going to be whatever you end up being, you need to be able to make those and keep them. There's a couple ways. Depends if you want to be religions grow, mouth, people talk, churches are raised. Maybe you inspire. But when there's not enough time for that, you do what others have done before. Take a shortcut.
I've spent my whole life seeking out shortcuts.
Portable hole you wanted. It's more of a tunnel system through the plains. It doesn't quite follow a set path. Might take you some time. But you can find convergence where the different godly planes meet. You may be able to ascend quicker. You'll need to, at least they did, Scorodon, magical. The endless one. They were given a chance to make a mark, a divine showing off so that people would believe. If you have the strength to make it to the conversions. I wasn't there, so do whatever had to be done once you get there. Make sure whatever you plan on doing is big enough to inspire people. Maybe then you'll truly be able to make decisions about how things are run. A metaphysical sense. Also maybe save a lot of people.
found these. And his hand will gesture over to some text. I studied in the brief time I've had here these paths. I've read at least, not studied, it is too short a time to do so, but the paths of these mortals who found their way to godliness. Through this convergence, or through devastation. Deals, connections, all manner of beasts, and angels, and demons, and daemons, and all varying forms of life, death. So costly. And now that I know how to do it, I hesitate. I hesitate and
Why?
feel it's all so large. I've spent millennia watching the wheat grow and spoil, watching memories fade. And I didn't care, or I made myself not care. And now I care. And it's so much. In the face of annihilation, I hate politics.
Don't we all?
And this is just a higher metaphysical politics.
What would be your domains?
From what I'm told, there is, in my powers, associations with fate. And I've been told, in dealings I've made with devils and death, of where I belong in the cosmos. My heart wants to say my domains would be that of freedom. Someone who could unshackle mortals from their pawn ship. At the very least, create more unifying understandings of that pawn ship in a way that they can be proud of. See the destruction of so many souls, wasted delicacies, the demons and daemons. I don't know. I'm looking upon the void. Not just him. Truthfully, it's the first moment I've had to slow down in a long time. And put it all into perspective.
Well, I can tell you that there are other worlds out there touched by gods as you. Enough time and power, maybe you make a paradise somewhere. Freedom. But be careful. Pure freedom will lead to chaos and anarchy, blood, death. just as much as pure law. Structure leads to oppression and pain.
Yes. And I don't believe there's pure freedom. Don't believe it's possible for mortals. And I suppose my desire for that freedom is not freedom from fate. You can't get freedom from fate. You only experience all the different fates of you. No, I just want there to be less meddling.
Well, would you prefer to sit here, discuss and debate? Would you prefer me to leave you to study this library? The scrolls you've brought. Take your notes, do what you need to do. You can have the night here. You need to rest before you can cast any sorts of spells to get out of here anyway. Take your time. Make your decision in the morning. If you find anything in those books that you need clarity on, just ask me. If I can help, I will.
Yes.
I'm fairly sure that you are growing to be deity of time. Whatever you do, whatever changes you make, whatever happens when you ascend, I ask one favor.
Yes.
The last of my bloodline, my great-granddaughter. Make no changes that could erase her. She is currently training to be a Sylvan Knight, and she is the reason the dwarves hate me.
She would inherit your rights.
I'm not going to give up my rights because the dwarves will over everyone. As soon as I do not have that say, she will not be as protected. But currently, they will use her as leverage against me.
How have they been able to bar you from your rights?
You don't win friends. Been around as long as I have. All you've wanted is peace and quiet. And they send armed men. Take that from you. Those armed men have brothers, children, wives, husbands, fathers, mothers, that all eventually pass down the story of the mountain man who killed their kin.
And, well, no redemption in their hearts for a champion of Sarnork.
None. But
A swift death.
I will still do what is best for the people of that city, if I can. Provided it does not cause any harm to my granddaughter.
Those people are suffering.
What would you have me do? Take my sword in there and kill everyone that opposes what I believe is right?
No.
Change needs to come from within. I am not particularly welcome, Council.
Well, I suppose we'll need to change that. If we can.
I am going to go and get food for our dinner. Check on Tig, who is most likely dug up my entire farm. And leave you to your studies. Ask any questions that you may have.
One for now. One question. What did you feel when you were slain?
When I was slain? You said I died.
Mistake in this book, then.
There are... Every book has an author. Every author has a bias. Be careful what you read. And be careful what you write. And he taps your manifesto as he gets up and moves away. Right before we go to a break, he's going to open the door to see Tig, hopefully holding up the stick. Which is actually a frost giant's mace. Congratulations, Tig, you have a new weapon. Not really a mace, more like a great hammer.
A big stick! Fuck yes!
It's
I've missed having a weapon.
A giant ruined chunk of mountain stone, which has been like strapped to effectively a tree log. Tree log? A tree trunk. Yeah, I'll get you the stats for that at some point. So you don't have to just keep punching things with your hand.
I have missed having a weapon. Just waving it around the air like,
This my stick, that your stick. Alright, we will be back in just a couple minutes with most likely a quick dinner and then back to the city. So, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. See you soon.
See you soon.
Hi everybody, and welcome back to Roll for Damage. Everyone's just had either a beating or a talking to from Dak, whichever one would assist them in their growth more. So, yes, a beating is assisting growth. Sounds so bad.
That's exactly what the beaten child needed. Thanks.
Hey, you wanted to be a sparry person.
I didn't ask for that. He pointed at me and told me to get my ass out there.
Anyways, you guys will get a few hours to sit and do stuff. Sorry about that. You guys get a few hours to sit and do stuff and study, recuperate, have a bath. He has hot springs sort of slightly up the mountain, which he has water diverted down, so you can enjoy that. Or you know, just keep studying, Sean. Just keep on reading books. But after a few hours, he will come back in, a bit bloodied, wash himself up because he has butchered a cow and is cooking it up for you guys to eat.
This doesn't have to be like a roleplay point, but could Nia have been working on shaving down one of the Bahamut scales she got into a circular shape during these couple hours?
Yep, no worries. So, is there anything you guys want to do, or just, well, I'll say, like, you know, as you set the table, you guys are all at dinner effectively as you're serving it up. Any questions, anything you want to ask, anything at all, or are you just going to kind of sit there in peaceful silence and get your sleep on so you can teleport out in the morning? Hello, Stronghold D&D.
I'm gonna nudge Auric as he's like buried in his book.
Sarah, you are
Hey,
breaking up horribly.
guess what? You guys are robotic to me.
Which is weird because I don't have any issues.
You're on the same Wi-Fi, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold
I think
up.
you're good now. I think you're good now. You're just a little pixely.
Yeah, just give it a second.
She's still staggered.
Are you downloading anything? Is there anything going on your computer at all?
Nope.
You seem
Nothing
fine now.
at all. I closed literally everything ages ago when this started happening because you guys were robotic.
Okay.
So how about now?
We can
No,
hear
you're
you
fine.
now.
Continue.
Okay. No
Oh,
problem.
nope. There she goes.
Just start talking, Sarah.
No, you
I
guys
can't.
have been robotic this whole time. I'm just gonna like nudge Auric. Be like, hey, guess what? Guess what?
What?
I got a stick.
Oh. Very nice.
It's a big stick. Do you want to see it? I was like,
Sure.
it's right here. You can't not see it.
It's
Just imagine it's like a tree trunk.
it's
Yes,
it's
it is.
effectively the great maul of, or a great hammer of a frost giant. It's huge.
Yeah. Auric would just like grab his staff that's like leaning against a chair and be like, "We both have good sticks now, right?"
Mine's bigger though.
Yes. I have a good stick. You have a great stick. How about that?
That's right. I do have a great stick. It's okay. We can take your stick for walks and make it big and strong like Tig's. That's how it works.
I don't
Tig
agree
never
with that.
been wrong before.
I don't agree with that either.
Well, you're allowed to be wrong. It's okay. Pat, pat.
Oh, thank you for the permission.
I found a stick in the ground. Oh, now I'm gonna use it. All this power that I found. Gonna totally abuse it. Da, da, da. And she's just like banging the stick on the floor.
As that's happening, Auric will turn to Dak and just say, one question from my readings, but is it accurate to say, you may not know this, but that each of the horsemen can find their origin in a mortal soul?
It is what is believed, but most likely, I think.
Took up the cup of these aspects long ago in Abaddon. I also read about a potential more deific origin, that the horsemen themselves are of mortal origin, as it's part of their hatred of us, but that they were almost given this from an original daemon, who also was of a mortal soul.
I personally believe that given that creatures from the outer planes almost always derive from some mortal soul.
Save the first.
Yeah, save the first. First few gods, the shards, might be different. Probably are different. But how do we know for certain that these horsemen are not shards or concepts themselves. Maybe they are, maybe they're not. Just...
Well, perhaps their power comes from the claiming of a shard.
Maybe some gods are for certain original creatures.
Yes.
Not human or mortal souls bound to these powers, but others are. And I find that most priests and scholars even like to think that the gods are different to demon, devils, and other dark creatures, all bound, originating from mortal souls. I'm not sure personally.
The writings would suggest an uncertain answer there, especially considering biasy. But it is most curious to the understanding of the horsemen, because it would in many ways validate a theorem of mine.
What theory is that?
Well, the theory that the horsemen are doing their jobs wrong, or poorly.
Well, tell me what you think about that.
Well, if the horsemen feel hatred towards mortal souls and are self-annihilists, save perhaps the void. Where their power comes from, these conceptual metaphysics, war, famine, pestilence, death, are all matters of metaphysical law in some fashion. We are not cleanly born of other things. Life produces death, as well as pestilence, and war, and famine. They are children of it. And I believe these aspects can be shouldered responsibly in the divine world. It's why I truly was, and he'll look to Sloane, hesitant to remove war from my friend here.
Well, it is an interesting theory.
It's just curious that they may come of mortal souls. It are seen as metaphysically certain. And I believe there is metaphysical certainty to the shards that they represent. But not them. Not the individuals. Polyon. Zariel. Even these books say some of them aren't even the first manifestations.
I will try to acquire more information. I may have something which could help. Be careful with these, though. And he goes and fetches 3 rings, 3 earrings. So 3 and 3. You get to choose 1 each. These are ways to communicate across long distances without having to cast spells. And for you, Auric, and he gets a bracelet. And what are they called when they're not made of like chains or anything? It's like a solid, a bangle or a I can't remember.
A band.
Band, yeah.
A bangle is a solid band.
Yeah, cool. It's a band, and it has a small amethyst in the middle of it. I'll have one of these, and you can have one. Communicate when you wish to use it, as you'll need to be stationary. But if you touch an object, and he'll give you one of the bands, and he'll place one on, and he'll just touch a silver goblet to the gem, and it will just whoop, and it will like fall out the gem on your side.
I see.
You find anything useful in your travels that you'd like me to look at, or if I find anything useful, we can communicate and cross-reference.
A lovely trick of transposition. We should have met you much earlier in this venture.
Well, might have been helpful. It has a minor dunamantic spell attached to it. So, hopefully this helps.
A twist of the wrist pocket.
Exactly.
I appreciate it.
When you wish to use the communication, whether it's ring or earring, rub it until it is warm. Whisper the name of the person you want to talk to. You may send a message.
It is most fortuitous that we have met and that we didn't come to blows. There's much we can do for each other. We can hopefully help you find peace. And hopefully you can help us to make sure there's a world where that peace can happen.
As he sort of finishes his meal, places cutlery down. You can lock the horsemen away or stop them. I'd like peace.
Well, I'll be certain to let you know if I ever find that paradise.
Maybe you can produce one of your own sometime.
Thank you. You've helped me keep dreams alive today. In my sorrow.
I'm going to turn in for the night. If I don't see you in the morning before you leave, travel safely and carefully, and don't forget the axe, eh?
Thank you. Good night.
Is there anything you all wish to discuss before you go to Sleepy Town?
I'd like to go back to the island.
Yes. Well, tomorrow we will return to the city, acquire Aaron, check in on him, return the axe, and before we deal with flesh, perhaps a brief visit.
We might want to deal with flesh first.
I guess there's no pushing it aside, no procrastinating now.
I might be able to talk to her.
Yeah, if there's a problem and you can do something about it, do the thing. short pain better than long pain?
I don't mean to be bleak, but I simply was suggesting in case things don't go well with Fletch.
It will be fine.
I know we've rarely settled our affairs before facing death.
I don't know how much settling of affairs I'll be doing when I get there to the island.
I understand. We'll require and ensure he is safe. And then we will
That's all I want.
deal with Flesh. And if fate is on our side as in the past, you can reach her. I have a gift for you, yeah. Especially seeing as we won't need to make use of it. I spent a little bit of time between reading to take this out. And he'll give her the plate from her arm.
She takes it in her hands and she like brushes her thumb over the etching. I know that it seems crazy that I think that there is good in these people. In some twisted way, I don't know.
You are a servant of Saranorik. I would be surprised if you didn't feel that way. But as a person, I think we've all, maybe save Tig, who's always been good, have learned to respect the possibility of redemption.
I just hope I'm making the right choice this time.
Well, we never really know. We just have to make the choice. That seems right.
Yeah. Thank you.
Of course.
A sleepy Dak opens his door and puts his head out, and it's just like, shh. Goes
Or
back
we'll
in.
hold up just sort of the small cup of whatever we have. No. To the future.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you all go to bed?
I'll read for 4 hours, then go to bed.
Yep, no
I'm gonna
worries.
go snuggle up with my tiny dragon cat.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna sleep on my new stick.
yep. In the morning, Dakarys actually wakes up well before you, and he's out somewhere working in a field. You'd probably be able to see him, but you know, he feels like he's said everything he needs to say. Although there's a note left under your door, Auric, saying, I'm keeping Sloane here for a few days. She has some more training to do.
Okay.
Transfer her through the bracelet when we need her.
I don't know if that'll work. So anyways, you teleport back to town, I guess. Just straight
We're gonna
into
cause complete chaos.
straight into the room that you left before, that you'd like been rented, hired, whatever, out in the when you first got there, which Aaron's at.
Yeah, I mean, wherever Aaron was staying when we left, we'll teleport to that space. So if that's where Aaron is, then that's where we'll teleport to.
All right. So it's still pretty early in the morning, and there's a small percussive like pop, and he's like, "Oh, hi.
Good morning.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Right.
Sorry.
How'd that all go? Everything good? Everything...
I didn't have to
Alright.
cut my arm off, so
That's a win.
Okay. He's like been awake for like 30 seconds. He's just like,
Oh,
Ding. Hi.
I'm sorry, Aaron.
oh, you have an axe. Are you?
Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna probably be dealing with flesh today.
Do you want me to stay here or come with you?
Stay here.
Okay. No worries.
Risking having my boyfriend beheaded again. That was Shelby saying that, not Nia.
Right. So I guess you guys will go marching on down to the.
Did we not set off 1,010 magic alarms like zipping into here?
We didn't bring three giant parcels.
That's fair. We didn't crush anybody with a parcel.
The other thing is, they know it's you because you have a bracelet on or a thing on.
That's also fair.
It was a bracelet. I can't remember
now. It was a bracelet.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
an armband.
Yeah. So.
Children's allergy band.
Oh yeah, you're right.
That's
it was
right.
like an allergy bracelet.
So, as you, I guess, go towards the council chambers, there's already 2 dwarven guards at the door. Like they must have like run down. They're kind of a little bit.
Can I hold the axe?
Yep. So they just sort of nod to you and they start going with you towards the council chambers. And this is a very short visit. You get there, and I'm not going to roleplay out the whole thing because we will be very pushed for time. But more or less, the king's just like, "Oh, you're alive." So like he doesn't say anything. He's just, and without Sloane, you can't lip read, but like mumbles side to side. Everyone's like shaking their heads and looking like concerned that you managed to make it back with the axe. And he just stamps a few papers with his signet ring and wax. Hands it off to his aide, who brings it down to you, and you have permission to enter the teleport rooms. Teleportation chambers.
We don't have to roleplay this, but Nia's just gonna ask, is this thing still gonna disintegrate all my loved ones and me?
It'll get taken off you.
Okay, that's all I want. I don't want to wear this fucking thing. So.
And you'll get escorted to the teleportation chambers, I guess.
The only thing we don't have to roleplay this, but Oric would say just one thing to the counselor before leaving, and basically just say, "I know you won't do it, but leave the old man alone." I just need to say that.
That's
Just
right.
good hugs.
Dak was meant to say something to you.
Yeah, I was
yeah.
gonna ask it, but
That's
then everyone
right.
went to sleep, and I was like, my audio wasn't working.
It's
so
all
I
right.
couldn't.
I'll just say that he was going to say to you, tell them they can have their axe back, but if they come at me or mine again, I will make a cairn of their entire mountain.
Yeah, we'll amend what Oric said there and say, I think Oric will be a little bit not as threatening. He'll just say, basically, Oric will say, take this axe, and for your own interests, and your own benefit and survival, leave the old man alone. Let him live his days in peace. He's seen enough.
You get a bit of a nothing is said. Everything plays out as it did. And yes, you can be escorted to the teleportation chambers, which are surrounded by slayers and warriors at the moment, because they do not want to go in that place or let anything out. papers.
Hold up the papers. Can we please say Nia's holding them up just because she's the shortest of all of us and it's hilarious?
Yep.
A human sort of looks at it and it's just like, your funeral. Folds up.
How tall is Nia again? Nia's like 5'4", right?
Nia is 4'11".
Holy shit, Nia!
She's like
my
she's
sister's
tiny.
4'11" in real life.
She's like
So I
2
know how
inches
small
taller
that
than a dwarf. All right.
And
So-
Tig's standing there, a fucking mountain next
It's why
to
it's
us.
Most of us are all over
hilarious
6
that
feet
she's
tall.
with. It's why it's hilarious that she's with a Goliath.
Anyways, you're allowed in, and there's just the first room is just corpses. They're all weirdly mutated. They look like they've been grown. Their flesh is very pink and there's no tan to it. It is just charnel house. As these things have left the room that they were in, and like crawled out under the door. And there's like lots of chunky bits
Ugh.
at the bottom of the door.
So we
and
haven't actually gotten into the room she's
you're like
in
the
yet. This is just her
antechamber.
aftermath.
Antechamber.
yeah, this is
Gotcha.
where the Slayers have gone in to like clear out things every now and again to make sure it doesn't build up too much.
That's
You open the next door
That's-
and there is a circular room, teleportation circle, 3, 4, 5 pallets, chunks of abyssium or trolleys of abyssium that you can see. No one else in the room but a 14-year-old boy who is talking to Flesh. Flesh is sitting there and be like, "Don't worry, I'll look after you. They won't let us out, but you'll be fine."
can
And he's like nodding thankfully and like drinking this tea.
can Nia like gesture for Tig and Oric to just stay in the other room? Door stays open, but just stay in the other room.
Tig, stay here. Tig likes snack, but there's not snacking.
Oric would agree and just say to Nia, "Be careful in there, and if you'd like, I can give you some fate to help."
Please.
And Oric will, in I just want to say a big moment of character growth. You should just bop people on the head with these things. We'll give you 3 things. You will have guidance.
Ooh.
You will have Fortune's Favor.
That's just a reroll, right?
Just reroll. And a mote of luck from my staff. So you have 2 rerolls and a d4.
Woo. All right.
Woo.
Big moment of character growth.
So excited.
Thank you. Thank you so much,
If
Nia.
any problems, just say ow and Tig come help.
How about I yell Tig play?
There's a bad person, so yes.
Okay. I will yell Tig play if I need help.
As you open the door and come in, the boy looks towards you scared. And then it's like, "Oh no, don't worry, that's my sister." And like gets over to you and skips over like, "They won't let us out."
Yeah, I know. How'd you get in here? And Nia will come up and like give her a hug.
Sam let us in the other end, and there aren't people there anymore. But when we got to this side, there was only this little guy, and we're friends now.
How long have you been in here?
A few weeks.
Wow, that's a long time. I'm sorry. Have you heard from Sam?
No.
What's been happening in the last year? I was kind of in hell, so I wasn't here for what's been happening in Etradale.
I can't tell you.
Why not?
Sam says I can't.
This might be a weird thing to roll, but can I roll an inside check?
Go for it.
See if she's lying to me or not.
She said she hadn't heard from Sam.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't. Okay, it's not that bad.
Remember, you got
It's just
rerolls and
17.
d4s to add to things.
Yeah, well, I need to add that d4 to this technically because guidance is the next roll you make. So that's a 17 plus. Okay, 17 plus 4. So
She's not lying. If anything, she looks scared.
did something bad happen?
Not now. Have to do what Sam says. He's the big brother. And we always listen to family.
Well, that's why I wanted to find you. Now that I'm back. I didn't know I was gone away for as long as I was.
That's alright. Last time I saw you, we threw a party.
Yeah, we did. Well, I finished my trials and I'm waiting to talk to Sam.
Last time I saw Sam, he said he would find you when you're done.
Well, I just got back to Etradale, so I'm waiting for him to find me.
We're not in Etradale.
I mean, I was in Etradale and then I found out you were here.
He'll find you soon. I have to stay here till he says I'm allowed to leave. But I don't know if he's gonna come back. Been a long time. And she gets close to you and says, "You wanted me to make sure there was no one left, but I don't want to hurt my friend. I've not been without Sam since he came and got me, and now I don't know."
Nia, I imagine like they're sitting down at this point at like the tea party, I guess. Nia's gonna like reach out and put her hand around her, or like arm around her, and say, "Did Sam ever tell you why he wanted to bring me in? Do you know who I was supposed to replace?"
No.
Well, I was supposed to replace Sam.
No one replaces Sam. Sam's the forever one.
Well, he decided he wanted me.
Sometimes Sam doesn't tell the truth. He's naughty sometimes.
He didn't lie. He made me a promise not to lie when he told me.
But wouldn't that be something a liar does?
Do you think Sam lies to you?
She looks sad and scared and nods.
Well, I'm not going to lie to you. And that's what Sam told me in front of Pain.
Well,
So, I think it's time for you to be let out.
the dwarves won't let me out. They'll hurt me and my new friend.
Not if I'm with you.
You promise?
But we have to be quick, okay?
Where are we going?
Etradale.
Are we using this? Because they blocked the other end too. I can't get out that side.
No, we're not using this. And Nia's going to call for Oric and Tig. I brought some friends too, but they're safe, okay?
Oric whispers to Tig, no play, not play.
As you walk in,
Oh, no. Okay.
all of the cups and the kettle and the teapot, everything there was made of bone china. You can guess the source, and it starts to splay out into having spidery legs, and they will like crawl up and like rear up around you to like defend her as she sees you.
They're safe. They're safe. I promise they're safe. Can I make any persuasion check, maybe?
Sure.
With 28.
Okay. She goes, okay, and takes the cups and goes over to a thing, and she pulls a blanket a little bit aside, and she comes out to you with the teapot filled with hot water, and then she pours teas for you guys and holds them out. Tea?
Oric will take it with the hand that she gave him.
She smiles.
Oh, that is very sweet. But Tig have to drink very special water. Tig happy to hold it though and blow it and make it look all.
She looks up at you
Is
like,
that okay?
you are very interesting. Look at how the tree would just bond straight to your flesh. Can I play? Can I make her more interesting, sister?
No.
No, Tig is growing like a tree.
I can make you so much more.
No, Tig want to just be tree. But thank you. You're very smart, aren't you?
She is.
You talk about her so much.
Do you drink the tea,
She
Sean?
seems nice.
Oric does not. He'll feign drinking it.
Okay, as you bring it to you, it smells faintly of, and I mean very faintly. Like you with your refined palate, probably having sipped tea before, there's like some sort of leaf to it to make it a tea, but there's also a faint smell of like metal, copperiness.
Oric will kind of kneel down as well, where she's talking to Tig, and just look at her and say, "You are very bright, and I understand the curiosity you seek."
You understand? Do you want to see my toy?
Oric looks to Nia, like, for a moment, for, like, not right now. We have stuff to do, work to do. We need to travel, and quickly, as your sister said.
Make a strength check. Opposed by her, she's going to grab your hand and drag you to her toy.
Oric?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, R.I.P. Oric, I'm sorry.
As Oric becomes a chair. Okay, I mean, it's not terrible. I just don't have anything. Oh, -1, that's right. It's an 11.
Okay, that does not beat her 22.
Jesus Christ, Flesh.
I did
Quite a
roll a
strong
19, alright?
She has a +3.
Yes.
She's a master of
She's 8.
So?
Jesus Christ.
You say she's 8? So she goes over to the blanket, she's like, look, and like picks it up a bit, and underneath she has made a biological machine that absorbs the water from the air, purifies it, and then pushes it out warm. The faces in the machine are still blinking and their mouths are still moving, but there's no sound coming. And she's like, don't show friend, he might be scared. I try to keep Oliver away.
That's very kind of you. This is quite an ingenious work. There's some imperfections, but...
And she just looks daggers at you for a second. You think you could do better?
No,
with no tools?
I don't. I don't think I could do better. I think you can, and we want to help you do better.
You get me 3 people, I'll do better.
We'll talk. I myself have done some biomancy, although not with material plane creatures of Feywild. But I've learned some understandings of this.
Man.
Yes, I am the Owl Man.
We had tea parties with you.
Yes, tea parties you can call them. Yes.
We gave your friends
painful,
your
but...
hand back so they wouldn't miss you.
I think that had the opposite effect.
I put it in your favorite box.
And they kept it in the box and it rotted and it was smelly.
So, smell is a very strong sense memory.
You're not wrong. I didn't smell like rotting flesh, though.
But now every time they smell rotting flesh, they'll think of you.
That is actually quite true, probably, for Sloane. But I've learned ways to enhance these studies without needing to cause so much pain in the subject.
But pain is important. If you don't use... The pain triggers hormones and biological responses that we can use to make the machine work efficiently.
And if we work together or with other minds, we can find ways to extract those things without harming the subject.
Other minds are
possibly
boring.
Extracting more and possibly synthesizing it.
That's boring. And she moves back to Nia.
Oh,
are we
darn.
going safely?
Well, we need to talk about a few things first, okay?
Fine.
I know. Oh, one of them is this. She's kind of gesturing to the body parts. I can get you somewhere safe, but we can't play like this too much.
But still sometimes?
I actually think you should work with Auric.
Star-Elves are boring, their materials aren't.
No,
material
not like that. No. What'd
you say about my material?
Alright, come over here. Well, you're very, very smart, and so is Auric. And what you can do could help a lot of people. He helped me.
Okay.
I'd like to insight that.
Go for it.
See if is this her being like, okay, or is this the little kid being like anything to get you to stop talking to them?
While she's inciting, Auric would like open up his notes and
Can
just
I use
start
my
to show
fortune
her.
saver to reroll that?
And start to just show her some of the stuff he works on, diatribes about the soul, about the soul's connection to flesh, a lot of the stuff he's been working on that's related to her interest in material.
Mm-hmm.
I've been staying by the door. Like, I'm in the room, but I'm by the door. I'm just observing the room and listening in, but most of all, I'm trying to just soak up what I'm seeing and observing and trying to figure out this kid and the teacups and toys and stuff.
17
just observing.
For my insight.
It is a bit of both. It's let's just get going, and also it's Yeah, all right. What it like? If it gets me out of here, I'll do what you say, and we'll see Sam soon. That's like kind of you can see her mental processes going like that.
Yeah.
And she'll even probably say that.
Can...
At least if I go with you, I'll see Sam soon, and maybe he will give me something else to do because.
Are you sure you can't tell me what he wanted you to do here?
I was meant to stop them using this, and she points to the teleporter on the ground.
How much have Sam told you? Has Sam told you about what the family's trying to do?
Trying to make sure the mean people stop being mean.
And who are the mean people?
The ones that do bad things because God say so.
Well,
people should just be able to do what they want.
You're right.
What makes them
They
happy.
should. You're right. They should. But
Can we just go?
Fine. We'll have another talk about this later. Or
she walks over to Oliver and she's like, I'm sorry, I have to go now. And she gives him a hug. Sam said I couldn't leave anyone. And as she steps back, he is already like his face is contorting in pain as he is petrifying.
Can I in any way stop this?
The spell's already cast.
Does anybody have counterspell?
The spell's already cast. She has effectively used a petrification spell, which would turn someone to stone, but she's been inspired a little bit by Tig's treeness, and he's effectively turning into like a half flesh, half bone tree that is rooted in place here.
Question.
Can't leave.
Can I get to it in time with a greater restoration? That stops petrification, and I have diamonds that I will spend to stop this child from getting petrified.
You're gonna do a roll off with her right now.
Just a flat roll, or are we doing checks here?
Opposed intelligence plus the spellcast level. The spell level you're casting.
Fuck, I'm burning my 7th level for this. I have a feeling I'm still gonna fuck it up though.
You have one more reroll.
I might use it.
I'm gonna let you know that she's rolled really high. I won't tell you the total, but just so you decide.
If she's rolled over a 27, I physically can't beat her.
Given what you know about these guys and how their magic works, they don't have low spell levels like everyone else does. Nearly everything's always maxed out.
Or Oric will
Whatever.
grab Nia's hand real quick and just say, "You can come back."
I can't do anything about it anyway, so.
I'm sorry, she rolled a 16 plus her intelligence plus the spell level. It's high.
Well, it's just that this is supposed to stop petrification after the fact. It reverses it, not that it, But
yeah, that's why Oric is saying we can come back.
I'm going to look things up, but since we don't have much time left in the episode, I'll say she's in the teleportation chamber. You can come back fairly easily, but yeah.
We are not going to be able to come back to Dustfall. I already know how this is going to go, so just keep going.
Okay. Ulrich, I guess you start casting a spell. I'm going to mute my mic for just a second while I quickly look something up here.
Nia, do you want to go get Aaron?
I'm gonna go get him.
I'll have the spell ready to go when you have time. Nork will start tracing the circles on the ground to bring us back to Etradale, to where we're to the boat where we left from.
Nia, take
Nia's
a
already left, I think.
No, Tig's in the doorway.
Yeah, you would be. Yeah, Tig
You
is
have to
by
go
the door
past
still.
Tig. Yeah, like
a Tig a little confused. I thought,
What else is new?
okay, Tig not like that. Tig gonna close the door.
Tig, we need to get Aaron.
Why are we teleporting with little girl? Tig confused. I thought we coming here to fix problem.
Yes. And removing
Fixing
her.
problem over there.
Removing her will fix the problem.
Okay. Go get Aaron then. Open door.
Okay.
Mm.
You move out. You're not stopped. Everyone is wary of this little girl. And she physically before couldn't leave, but if you're holding her hand, she'll be able to cross the barrier. She moves out. What?
I thought we were gonna.
Are you
I
teleporting
didn't
from where
realize
you
she-
are to Aaron, then teleporting from Aaron away, or are you going to walk with Flesh to Aaron?
I
I
thought
didn't know
Nia
Flesh was
was
gonna
going
leave
to.
with
I
her.
thought Nia was going to get Aaron, bring him here.
Okay,
And then
my
we were-
mistake.
Because yeah, I wouldn't have. Let
I got
Flesh leave that
confused
room.
there. No worries.
Yeah.
You go get
we were
Aaron. I
sent
was
it
also
to
in the
get
process
that.
of looking up a couple things really quick just to make sure I was
Sure.
thinking of something the right way.
problem.
Right, so you can come back with Aaron, and in that time, surely you've prepped a teleportation spell.
Yeah, I mean it's me flavoring it. Teleportation is an instant cast. It's not
Yeah.
like teleportation circle.
No worries. And with a magic word and a flare, the same strands that you up and then you down. Do you go straight to Bob's place?
No, I was thinking that we would teleport to the ship.
The ship.
Yeah.
Okay. Iridescent dancer.
Because that's where we left from.
Yep, no worries. You
And actually, what I would do before that. Wait, no. Okay, so these earrings, are they only for people who have earrings as well?
Yep.
Or could I... Okay, cool. Just checking. Never mind then. Yeah.
Yep.
Just going to see if I could use it on them.
You get there, and Yako and Tamela are on deck and see that Flesh is there. It's like, holy shit! And just like step back, and they're just like ready to fight, and see you and how you're kind of calm, like, I have a brig! I have a brig!
Don't need to put her in the brig.
We're putting her in the brig!
Tig's nodding furiously at the back of the pack. Just
For once I'm happy, my ship doesn't have its spirit. Because no. Little girl, be good and you can get sweets. And she just kind of nods. And he just like ushers you staying like 5 feet away the whole time from her.
Nia's just gonna keep holding her hand at this point.
Alright, takes you to a brig. And it's just like, you? In there. Nia, did your parents ever tell you that you're the reason they drink? Because you're one of the reasons I drink. And I have lots of reasons to drink. And after she's locked in the brig, the next time you see Yako, he's just double fisting big bottles of wine.
Mia just sits down on the floor outside the brig by Flesh and just doesn't leave.
Alright. After a small amount of time, Aaron's gonna come to you. I've been talking to Yako, and apparently...
He's pissed, I know.
No, not that. The city is like 3/4 evacuated. The last ship should be heading off in the next couple of days. Pestilence is coming here.
Of course it is. Fucking course it is.
But I thought we could take advantage of this. I set up something for you because I know you've had a hard time and maybe this could be helpful. When was the last time we went on a date?
May I ask for him to make a charisma check of some kind, please?
See how awkward this
That
is?
20, motherfucker!
So charming.
Sarah, you may
Charming
come here and
Goliath.
have a look if you wish. It's a natural 20 on the table.
No, Sarah, I want you to,
that.
I want that confirmed right
Look, my
now.
hands are going to stay over here.
Okay. I'm
I
confirming
want
roll.
this confirmed
There is the
right now.
There is a single die on my mouse pad.
God damn it.
Magic. I'm in another frame now.
Oh my.
Well, I mean,
How
you're
did you
still
do this?
behind.
Can we confirm? Holy shit!
Run along.
Well,
I'm so sorry.
shit.
And it's on the shitty dice.
I think just the sheer, like, awkwardness, but also, like, kind of adorable confidence. With that, I think Nia just starts to laugh.
He's going to reach down and take your hand. He's like, we have a city to ourselves, Nia. I cannot remember what my original voice this guy was, so you get this one. So,
You know what? Fuck it. Let's go.
before we leave this place, let's have some fun. And he will start walking up to a place you probably haven't been here. It's the High Quarter. It's the it's not where all the fancy rich people live, but it's like where all the fancy restaurants and, you know, parks and gardens are and stuff like that. And as you get up there, because all the rich people would be fucking abandoning this place first, it is empty.
Shit.
So you get this place to yourself, and here you see that one little restaurant has its lights on. He's like, I might have sent a runner to get this place set up, and take a seat. And there's there's 4 different bottles of wine. You get to choose which one you want, whatever your favorite one is. There's sweet, there's red, there's white. And you are, as the sun is setting, you're on these sort of like high cliffs that overlook the water and the forest off to the west and north. There's a small railing there. And the waiter comes over. It's like, what would you like to eat tonight? I can make you anything. There is literally no one else here, so take your pick. This young man did a lot to get you sorted for this.
Didn't deserve any of this, Aaron. Thank you.
Well, you look like you needed something to make you smile at least a little bit. And if the food isn't good, you can at least get drunk. And the waiter looks like offended at the food might not be good.
Yeah, imagine like after food orders have been placed, because I'm not going to sit here and think about what the hell Nia wants right now. It's almost 11 o'clock at night.
Surf and turf.
Yep, there we go. Surf and turf.
Sure, there you go. That's what she wanted. Just caught at a steak. I think we're going to Turtle Island next.
Well, what do you want for your life, dear? I know you don't want more fighting, and we can go to Turtle Island, and we can just sit there, or we can get on a boat and go anywhere. If the end is coming, would you rather spend that entire time fighting and stress, or being loved?
You know, there's no fighting in the town within town limits.
That doesn't mean you're not going to be orchestrating a war. I know what goes on there. You know too much to just sit there quietly. Do you want to come away with me as far as we can? And just wait for this all to either end or not. Sure, we can stop by Turtle Island and say our goodbyes, but let's just...
If that's what we do, I have to find a way to do one thing while we're doing that.
Anything.
I need to give my brother back to the clan. It's the only way I'm going to be completely untethered. It's the only way I can walk away and actually go on.
Okay.
Oris needs to go back home. And I've finally been given a chance to not have to carry it anymore.
Well, Oris, a smart guy. He'll figure something out. We might have to stay there a bit longer than I want to, but give him some time, he'll get it.
I just need a body. I just need a remade body. I can get him back.
Okay. As you guys finish your meal and your bottle of wine, as the sun is properly set now, are you happy to return, and we'll tell everyone in the morning what your plan is?
Yeah.
He has a big smile, he kisses you on the cheek, he picks you up in a big hug and just picks you off the floor.
Yeah. She's pretty content with that, I think. It's been a rough day. That was nice.
As he's leaving, he leaves just like more gold than is needed, because what are you going to do? What are you going to spend on this place right now, right? For the waiter, who comes over and brings a little rose for you. Aaron takes it, passes it to you, and you walk home hand in hand. And he, because he has his own room at Bob's place.
If he asks her to come with him, she'll say yes.
Yeah,
I'll just say that now.
Come on, one night for the end of everything, right? And opens the door for you. And as you step in and look at the bed, you see Erin's corpse. And then you feel a burning pain in your lower back as a blade slides in. Turning around as the altar self falls away is Sam. And we'll end the session right there.
That bastard. That bastard.
Stood 5? Yeah. All right, guys. I hope everyone enjoyed the session. I'm gonna just say our goodbyes now. I think I broke Shelby. Sorry, Shelby. Hey, Sarah, give us your favorite moment from tonight, for you and from someone else.
I will smack you.
I've had this planned for like a year. All right, shut up.
That's completely fair, but I'm going to smack you on Shelby's behalf. I just want you and her to know that.
Okay.
Hi, everybody. I'm Shro. I played Tig tonight, or today, and I got a giant stick out of the ground, and I'm going to totally abuse that because I found a stick in the ground, and now I'm going to use it.
Oh, shut up.
You all know the song. I think, my favorite moment was for me having a heart-to-heart with Dakarys and actually feeling like I said stuff that mattered, which was great. It's like Tig's old folksy wisdom actually came into play for a change, which was great. And favorite other player moment? Oh my god, I gotta go with Shelby. The sheer fucking confidence with which she walked into the room to flesh.
Yeah.
That genuinely threw me off because I thought we were going to go in there and kill this kid. And I was just like, I'm, as a player, confused. I'm like, wait, how is she so cool about this? And she's already knows what she's doing. I'm just like,
in character 2 sessions ago was like, we can talk to Flesh.
Yeah, but I still thought you'd be a bit more scared. You were just like, sup, little sister? I was like, oh my god, she's...
Yeah,
the confidence helped it a lot. Like,
that.
I was originally going to give you like disadvantage on things if you'd been like a bit shaky, but you were like perfectly
like
calm.
the sheer confidence of it came across to Tig as like Nia used to seem this very like, you know, not really knowing what she's want to do, kind of flippy floppy about it, but now she's like mob boss level. It's like, no, this kid has connections and she's not afraid to fucking use that. It's just like, oh shit, okay, no problem. So mob boss level.
Nia could be dangerous if she would just grow a spine.
Yes. All right.
That's what scared me.
Sean, tell me your who you are, where you're from, all that sort of stuff, and then also your favorite moment for yourself and for someone else.
I'm Sean, a real human person from Paradise Productions, as well as the creative director over there, and Shannon is usually here and our community manager, and hope she's having a happy birthday. I'm sure she's probably fast asleep right now after probably a long day. And I've been playing Auric Solaris, and my favorite favorite moment for myself. I didn't really do too much, but that's like a super cool big thing. But I'm always happy that I'm able to try to decipher the world and get us moving in certain directions. And I'm very happy with my conversation with Dakarys. He's like one of the first people that Auric is probably like innately respected upon talking to them, as opposed to developing it through like friendship, as opposed to just like, I respect you as a person as soon as I speak. Like, he's the first person really that Auric, without disparaging his friends, the first person Auric has respected that wasn't through trial and error. Immediately. In a weird way. But it's true, me and Shro were discussing the aftermath of this romance.
I was practicing the marriage speech.
But favorite moment for somebody else, I would say the same thing that Shro said, but to make it different, I really liked, because I really just want to say Shelby's moment with Flesh, because that was really good, but generally, like, the dance, I suppose, Nova with addressing everyone in this as Dakarys and trying to extract something from every character was really good, well done as a DM, just to bring things together. And also just I'm shocked that I didn't suspect this. Like, I usually expect the worst, and this is the only thing that I feel like I've fully let myself be completely comfortable with Aaron coming back in this way. So it was that was a very well done twist in that sense. But yeah, everyone did great.
Thanks,
Genuinely
Sean.
caught us all off guard with that.
Go back at some point and rewatch this season and Aaron's interactions, and hopefully you can be like, oh, I can see it now, because I've been trying really hard to make like it kind of.
Oh no, I can see it now.
Yeah.
After
we can see it now.
You know, for sure. You know, I can definitely see where all the things that I would have missed, or just like generally the vibe. You know.
Hey,
but then again, I didn't know Aaron.
Hi, my name is Shelby. I'm a player here usually. I'm on a bunch of different websites that I'm a little too broken to mention right now because I'm actually fighting back tears. Favorite, I don't have the brain for this. I'm sorry.
Okay,
that's fair.
Well, we all love Shelby tonight. She did super good. So let's give her a little round of applause for doing excellent, because she had lots and lots of screen time and managed to pull off very different emotions with different characters, between the confidence with Flesh, the finding yourself with Dak, and the allowing yourself to think everything was going to be okay with Aaron. You did amazingly well tonight. So
you might have just broken this girl. I don't think there's any coming back from this.
May I? Hang on a second. So everybody, this is Shelby. She's Shadoodles on Twitch. She is Shibidibidoo or Shelby, because she has lots of different names because someone stole her Twitch and title and stuff like that. And she's an amazing person and a great artist.
Thank you.
You can find her on lots of other things that she's doing. I think she does lots of pre-recorded games at the moment. We will.
I'm on a thing at Crispy's Tavern, Crown of Deceit. I'm playing a sassy noble blood hunter lady. You should come check that out.
If you want to, drop all the links in the Discord chat later, and we'll put them around the place. Cool. Anyways,
March 19th is when that started. It already started. March 19th already happened.
I feel like
yes.
I made everyone super mad at me, so I'm gonna just say goodbye now. I'm Noble. I was the DM/trauma specialist tonight. And my players are all wonderful. I love them very much, and hopefully they don't hate me too long. I'm gonna find someone to raid now. Tell me your favorite moments, chat, while I find someone to raid.
I'm gonna try and make Shelby feel better, because I'm gonna let her know that my bunny has the zoomies. So if she wants to look at the call, she can watch my bunny zoom around every now and then and have zoomies.
Nope.
Speaking
there she is. Or he is.
But yeah, just to make you feel a bit better, he is currently having his zoomies. So hopefully he'll.
I love how you say he's having his zoomies and he's just.
I know, and then he does that.
Yeah, he's just chilling.
He knows I'm talking about him.
He's looking right at us.
Damn.
Sees us through the camera.
He does watch the TV as well. So if I put something on the screen here,
don't worry. As soon as we're off air, I'm gonna go cuddle with my cat and comprehend this. Nia is literally only gonna trust her cat for the rest of her life. You're a familiar. You can't die, right?
That is correct. That is correct. It's plot. It's law. Okay, it's canon.
I have
like
no
Tig
idea
can't
who
die.
these people are, but I'm probably gonna.
If I say it 100 times, it's true.
Well, I mean,
Elitist.
the body can be destroyed, but like I can just summon you back if something
The
happens.
essence lives on.
Yes, and can be recalled.
Yes. And Tig knows a person that can go and get it. His name is Book.
I don't know who these people are. Never seen them before. Don't even know if they're still so bad. Started a raid. Hopefully that works. I will just throw to you guys that the body of Aaron was actually still relatively fresh from his decapitation. They had found the body almost within a few days, and Gentle reposed it.
I'm telling you now, my diamonds are going to go to resurrecting this boy after I kill Sam.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. This should be interesting.
Alrighty. Why?
That poor guy's gonna have so many memories of being decapitated.
Nope.
Stop traumatizing my boy, please.
I want to know what if his original character player saw this. I want to know what they think, because I know that you.
I'll have to ask. She just had a baby, so I'll catch you up on that one.
Right now, accidentally. Bye.
Okay. Bye.
I was like,
smart.
clicking buttons.
Real smart. Well done.
Woo! So good. So I'm gonna go to the off air button. Everyone wave just in case some people here. Bye bye. Sorry, I'm bad at things.
Still trying to get it.